Hello, I'm Treeforged. We're here for another review, I guess, another underground review.
Yes.
It's my trusty sidekick, my boy Ward.
Kimono Man.
My boy Ward. Pretty old for a boy Ward, but
I'm the man ward.
the man Ward. You've graduated.
Yes. I just wear panties under my pants now
Oh
instead
yeah.
of on top.
But yeah, we just watched. I have no idea what the movie was.
The Killing of the Sacred Deer is the name of it.
Do you know the director's name? The really weird ass director.
I know it rhymes, and I just had
It's
it.
the same director as Lobster.
The Lobster.
The Lobster and Dogtooth, which is another movie
Yep.
I saw.
I did not watch Dogtooth, but I did watch The Lobster, and I enjoyed that movie quite a bit.
Yeah, The Lobster was pretty awesome.
The film director was Yorgos Lanthimos, which he seems like a pretty weird guy, but I've liked both of the movies I've seen, and that's what we're going to talk about.
Yeah, I guess it's like a. Well, this one's more of a mystery. I guess the other one was sort of a mystery too.
Yeah,
But this is a more of a crime mystery, a little bit more. But it's very surreal, and I was very confused. Well, it did a very good job at like switching like who I thought the antagonist was. Like at first, it starts with this guy, and I thought he was up to no good. I thought he was like a fucking pedophile or some kind of sex. They establish him as like a sex weirdo.
yeah, Colin Farrell's character, Doctor something. I can't remember his name anymore.
Yeah, but anyway, like he has like a fetish for like I guess he's like a necrophiliac almost like. But we're gonna spoil the crap out of this movie. It's if you like, let's just non-spoiler. Like it's very if you like, very kind of like I don't know how to describe it other than surreal. Like it subverts expectations a little bit. Like there's a lot of like distracting moments.
Yeah,
It kind of like distracts your attention from like the main plot to makes you more difficult to figure out what's going on a little bit. But they're ultimately mostly just distractions. A lot of it.
yeah. For instance, there's a scene where the doctor, the main character, he goes to with Martin, the boy that is the center point of the film, and he meets his mother, and I don't think there's anything ever touched on that again.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Yeah, I don't know. But even the whole sex fervor thing, like the fetish thing about him wanting to only have sex with his wife when she's faking like she's dead.
Yeah,
Like that established him as maybe he's a pedophile. He's just abusing this kid or something. I guess that's like a monkey wrench that kind of like distracts you to like think that he's like
just because he's a sexual
fucked up or
deviant,
something.
that he must be fucked up. Like,
yeah, and then maybe he's behind all of this. I guess that was a good one. That wasn't just like a distraction. It was probably intentional
yeah.
thing.
Tries to flush out his character as like somebody that isn't completely normal.
Yeah. And yeah, so I would say if you like any type of like surreal music movie, like this is pretty good.
Yeah, the visualization, like just the visuals in this movie, like they're not anything fancy at all, but I like the way everything's shot. Like,
Very stylized. Like,
yeah,
it's kind of like Wes Anderson, I guess. Like the his live action movies, not like his recent the Dogs one. Like the Grand Budapest Hotel a little bit. It's kind of visually like that. It's like almost like film noir a little bit. Like no, not really. I don't know how to call it. Like it's
yeah. It just got its own style. Like noir has a very specific style, and so does like I don't know, like
well Tim Burton movies.
yeah, like a Tim Burton movie, like
Gothic, whatever.
they have their like Gothic theme.
But yeah, if you like that kind of stuff, I would recommend it. But anyway, to get to the plot, like it ended up being a relatively simple plot. Like the kid thinks, and we don't really know if so. Colin Farrell is a doctor, and this kid thinks that he killed his father. I don't know how he would know that, even if he did.
Yeah. So like throughout the movie,
unless he's supernatural.
Yeah.
There's an element into it. We don't know if he's supernatural or if he's just really like smart type of like plotting serial killer type guy. And it only kind of makes sense if he's supernatural. I don't know how he would know that Colin Farrell like
killed his father.
Like yeah, he did something deliberate. Like they kind of later insinuate that he may have been drunk when he was performing the operation. But how would the kid know that? I don't know. There's no he wasn't charged for anything. Like he wasn't charged for like negligence. No one. So,
yeah, and he's just a fucking cardiovascular doctor, right?
Yeah, cardiothoracic surgeon.
So you would probably know in the autopsy if there was damage done to the heart.
Yeah,
like during surgery. So
yeah. So the only way I can make sense of it is ultimately I think he's supernatural. Like he it kind of implies that he's starting to poison this guy's children. Like he kind of wants revenge. The kid wants revenge on Colin Farrell for killing his parents. So he wants one of his family to die. You know, like an eye for an eye. You kill my family, I kill yours.
It's sort of like, you know, like kill your what was it in the Bible where it was like kill a
eye for an eye?
Yeah, well no, like the kill like your best sheep or something, or like put your firstborn's blood on the door.
Oh, that was like the 10th plague in the Exodus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like the family's apparently cursed supernaturally to like go through stages and die.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I guess it's kind of like a plague. So the kids still they lose their ability to walk and shit. And it's kind of funny because they don't realize what's going on at first, and like Colin Farrell's like shoving like donuts down this kid's throat and shit.
Yeah. That's when
like their reaction to it makes them seem like that was another reason why I thought the parents were fucking with the kids, because their reaction to it is very unnatural. Like no parent would react, oh, that my kid can't walk, so I'm gonna parade him around and just like drop him on his fucking legs and shit.
Well, it almost seemed as if all humans lacked
emotions.
Some emotion at least.
Yeah, there was no fear. Out of all this time, people were getting the shit beaten out of them and stuff. There was no fear or anything. The kid, when he woke up and he couldn't walk, he was just like, hey, I can't get up, I can't walk. And that was it. He wasn't crying. He was a little kid, relatively little kid, like probably 10 or something, 11. I don't know, but he didn't really give a shit. You know, I can't walk, that's fine. And there was only one moment of fear at the end of the movie with the little kid. He finally was like, no. And that was the only fear in the movie. The only other emotion was like exasperation by Colin Farrell. Like when he was like, come on, you know, like what the hell's going on?
When he got pissed and was punching shit.
Yeah. Other than that, there's like two emotions, and the other characters were completely emotionless. The kid who was doing all this, completely emotionless.
And then his wife just jerks a guy off.
Yeah.
For apparently no reason, like for information that
he already gave her, and like it was something she already knew.
Yeah, it was something she already knew. So like, it didn't seem to hold any purpose other than
the mother's reaction when they finally realized or suspected the kid was doing something to them was like, let's not go to the police, let's deal with this ourselves. So their entire reactions to it was just great.
Well, she actually just got down to the point. She said, fuck it, we can make another kid.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they didn't seem to give too much of a shit about their family or their kids. So ultimately, it might have not have been much of a sacrifice for them. So I don't know.
Yeah, well, how can we even judge if the sacrifice was worth anything when apparently he didn't really give that much of a shit to begin with? Like the kid, when he first couldn't walk, he like took him for a walk in the hospital, and he just drug him across the floor like the whole time, and then threw him there, and then told him he was gonna cut off all his hair and make him eat it.
Yeah. Oh, that's actually the fucked up story you told him. Yeah. He's like, I want to tell you a secret. Like, I guess he thought he was faking it, and he was keeping a secret that he was faking it or something. So he told him, the father told him a secret about him going to his dad to jerk off his dad. Like, that was pretty... There's random moments like that. Like, he he I won't get into it. Just watch the movie. Like I'm already a pervert enough, so I don't have to get into that. But it's a pretty funny scene, I thought. But it's like random kind of things. It's a lot. It's different than Lobster, I think.
Yeah.
Because
The Lobster had more of a like grounded reality, I think.
yeah, it was very surreal universe. It was a dystopia.
Yeah.
But well, actually, I mean, they were turning people into fucking animals.
Yeah, but they had rules.
Yeah.
They had rules to the world.
Yeah, like they
Like,
knew what was going on.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't just randomly. It's a normal universe, and then some kid seemingly has some kind of superpower to like.
Yeah.
Um.
And apparently no one has emotions, and like there's all a bunch of just fucked up shit.
Yeah.
In this
Well, that was a common theme though. Like they didn't seem very emotional at all in the Lobster, as well.
Yeah, but there was also reasoning for it in the
Yeah,
Lobster.
they kind of like suppressed emotions or whatever in
Yeah.
that society.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Like I oscillated back and forth between whether or not Colin Farrell was just crazy, or if the kid was in on it. But I think it's clear that the kid was in on it. But it's still ambiguous whether or not he was supernatural or not. I think.
Yeah.
It has to be supernatural.
Yeah,
They give very little time to the idea of if it's poison, where could he possibly be poisoning us? They never mentioned that, but they did say they brought in specialists and neurologists to take a look at
Yeah,
them.
they just briefly go
But that's
over that.
very small.
They've applied all scientific knowledge and failed.
And the way the parents reacted to it was just crazy. Like I almost don't feel much empathy for the parents because they're crazy. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I mean their first thing was pretty much give up.
Yeah.
I mean,
And I guess
fairly early on.
there's a possibility that he came up with that maybe because the kid is like seducing their daughter, kind of.
Yeah.
And he thought that maybe the daughter he like convinced the daughter to be poisoning everyone. So it could be a realistic thing, but I don't see how the poison wouldn't be detected, and I don't see it. You would have to be really crazy good at mind control to be able to convince the daughter to poison herself and to potentially kill herself with this random thing.
Well,
Of course, she didn't know that the random killing thing at first.
yeah, she didn't know the random killing thing, but she seemed to like she was legitimately infatuated with him regardless.
Yeah.
She was definitely like under mind control to some extent,
Yeah.
or just crazy infatuation.
Yeah, just young girls, I guess, fall in love. I guess it's like Romeo and Juliet was pretty crazy. But
Yeah, perfect example for that.
yeah. But I like this director. I think we're gonna watch probably more of his movies. I think he's only got well, he's got one other one I haven't seen, but we might watch Dogtooth as well. I don't know. Yeah, we should probably just review the entire director, like just go over all the movies next time. I don't know.
Yeah, because so far the two movies I've liked, I like both.
Yeah.
And as that comes to what we rate this.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah. Actually, what are we gonna rate this out of? I guess we can edit this out.
Yeah.
We're gonna do our little thing, like out of what?
Out of
let's see, crippled hand jobs, maybe? Like the guy gave.
Oh yeah, hand jobs. Yeah.
The guy.
Yeah. Hand jobs.
Forced hand jobs. Well, the first one wasn't even forced.
Emotionless hand jobs.
Emotionless hand jobs. That's good. All right, yeah. I think we mentioned both of the hand jobs.
Do we normally go on a scale of 5? It's not really a scale of 5. Okay.
Yeah.
So.
I guess the scale doesn't mean too much. I mean,
yeah.
I pretty much give the same score every time.
Yeah. Well, we gotta.
That could be part of the joke, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's questionable if we're gonna like them.
Yeah.
We didn't have to.
Well,
like this
yeah. Yeah, we usually look for movies we like, though.
Yeah. Or at least seem interesting to some extent. Yeah.
All right, so I guess for rating systems, the only unique thing that sticks out to me is the emotionless hand jobs that are a recurring theme throughout the movie.
Yeah, there's at least
There's at least two.
and then one mentioned.
Yeah.
So, because you know Colin Farrell when he was jerking his dad off was emotionless.
Yeah. Well, hopefully. So we're gonna do this on a scale of 0 to 5, emotionless hand jobs.
Yeah, and I think I give it 4.5 emotionless hand jobs out of 5. Like,
Yeah. So a half of an emotionless hand job, would that be just like
that's like a chode, you know. Like,
show?
yeah.
Like it doesn't,
Oh,
no
yeah.
completion.
Oh yeah, no completion. No completion.
Or a dry one, I guess.
Yeah. Well, you started and then you got bored halfway through or something.
Yeah. I guess I'll give it a 4, slightly lower, but just because I don't know.
Yeah,
I'll
like
give it a 4.
I don't consider it perfect in any regard.
Yeah.
That's why I give it that. But despite the fact that there's a lot of stuff I would like added to the film, like a little bit more explanation on, I don't know, possibly something a little bit more on Martin. I thought that may have been cool to me, but
Yeah. Like, but that may have disturbed the ambiguity of the supernatural thing a little bit.
So I don't know. I just feel like there could have been some type of change where they could have left that, but we could have learned a little bit more about that.
Yeah.
That's really my only dislike for the film because I truly enjoyed watching it, and I sort of like that we just constantly didn't know who the bad guy was.
Yeah.
And that's sort of fun.
Yeah, like pretty much the only innocent one that I didn't have any suspicions for was the
Bob.
kid. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Bob's
Everyone
just
else
a good,
had like sinister moments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I think that's really the only thing I would have liked is a little bit more explanation. Otherwise, I think it was a really fun movie to watch, just like The Lobster was. But I enjoyed The Lobster a lot more.
Yeah, so did I.
And
yeah, I barely remember that, but yeah, I remember liking that because it was more of a like statement of like relationships in general. Like it was more like all encompassing. Like this is only just like one family, whereas this was like Lobster was like entire universe that was really fucking weird.
Yeah, and it was pretty well fleshed out, I think.
Yeah.
Which I don't know what I rated The Lobster. Did we? We didn't do that.
We didn't do that. So
yeah.
We just rate The Lobster.
Yeah, maybe we should rate The Lobster right now too. And I give that 5.
5 out of 5. 5 lobsters, maybe.
Yeah.
5 spirit animals.
It's 5. Yeah, 5 spirit animal lobsters. Because lobster is a perfect choice if you want to become an animal.
Oh yeah. What was his reasoning?
Hard shell, long life. I think.
Yeah.
Something similar to that aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it was pretty loud.
Your spirit animal would be like, just to say, like, if you haven't seen the movie, like, you should watch that movie. Like, the whole thing is if you can't find a relationship and reproduce, you go to this facility, this dating facility, for one last chance to meet someone and bang and have a child. Or they send you to this like weird machine that turns you into a fucking animal. And you get to choose what animal you're gonna be. So what would your spirit animal be in here?
Well, there's 2.
If you couldn't
there's 3 contenders. 3 absolute contenders. And that's turtle, bat, and owl.
Turtle, bat, and owl.
And
yeah, the flight thing, I would have to say something with flight. Definitely.
Yeah. Turtles have both the ability of being amphibious and like actually being able to go underwater for some period of time at least. And then if I'm like a grand tortoise, I can fucking live like hundreds of years.
Yeah. Wait, what did you say? I thought you said something with flight.
What?
You said tortoise
a bat, and then an owl.
An owl, yeah.
Yeah. And then I could live for a very long time, and you're pretty, protected in a shell.
Yeah.
And Ninja Turtles are sweet. As for a bat, I think it'd be cool to be like one that's like carnivorous of bugs and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I think they even eat small birds and stuff, so that's pretty cool. Like right out of the air. And sleeping upside down would be one of my favorite things. And then other than that, owl, so I could spin my head around.
Yeah.
And then I love the nighttime, so I think
Nocturnal.
yeah, nocturnal animals would be my way to go. And I think it'd have to be owl. I think I'd have to go with owl.
Yeah. Yeah, I would definitely want flight too. So it'd have to be some type of bird. But then the underwater shit seems pretty like it's a very alien world down there.
Yeah. If anything, I would love to be like
Like a giant squid or something.
yeah, something that could go way down.
Yeah.
And really just explore the depths.
Like
of the
one of
sea.
those fish with like a fucking like lightning.
Yeah, the anglerfish.
Yeah, there's like a little light bulb in
Yep.
front of its face.
To attract its prey and then just eats them.
Yeah.
They're brutal.
Or even, I mean, just if you could have senses as a bacteria, like that would be insane.
yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah, what's your top?
Uh, I don't know. I'd have to say some type of bird. Or if I could be if I could be an alpha male, if I could be an alpha male like, and have a harem, maybe that.
Yeah, gorillas would be sweet.
Maybe an alpha male gorilla that has like a harem of fucking like all kinds of bitches. That would be good.
And you can throw your shit
Yeah.
at people that you dislike.
Yeah.
So
And I mean they're super fucking strong. Like they
Yeah.
can rip people apart.
there's actually very little downfalls to being a gorilla if you maintain your intelligence.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you'd be like what's the
Gorilla Grodd.
Gorilla Grodd. Yeah.
Yes.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that show was pretty cool too. We talked about that later, I guess.
Yeah.
That's enough for this guy's movies, I guess. So we'll see you next time. I guess.
Yeah. Like, subscribe, escape the loop.